Hey Roadrunners, this is Lynn Hickey, the Director of Athletics at UTSA, back for another segment of Runners OT. It's been a little while since we've had a conversation. Got through the bowl game, had our Christmas break, and now we're back in action with all our spring sports, so have a lot of things to report to you. As we left the bowl game and came back to town, then our students went on Christmas break, and the football staff in particular came back and really got into their final recruiting stage. And it paid off tremendously. On Wednesday, February 1st, we had our big signing day event at the Palladium at the Rim, and it was outstanding. The largest crowd we've ever had. Matter of fact, when we sent out the invitations, we sold it out in less than 24 hours. And the enthusiasm that night in the room was outstanding. Coach Wilson was his usual energetic self, and it was very cool to present the new signees to the public. Outstanding class, pretty much across the board. It looks like we had the #1 recruiting class in Conference USA. So we're with the big guys. We're in and just have brought in a great group of young men to add to the program that Coach Wilson took over last year. You know, we had a great fall with what our volleyball and football teams did, and the anticipation of what was going to happen with basketball, we didn't know. Coach Henson, brand new coach, really hadn't had a chance to put a full recruiting class in. He and his staff had done an outstanding job of coaching and teaching the students, and they're playing at a much higher level. Our hopes are that they can finish real strong and make the conference championship tournament. But they're playing extremely well. They're fun to watch, and every game they just keep getting better. On the women's side, Coach Lekonzak once again has done a good job. I don't think in preseason anyone would have predicted that we has been as dominant as we are on the floor, but he's added some new players, and he has a lot of depth. So once again, it looks like we're going to have a contender in the conference tournament on the women's side. You know, what we need people in the stands. You know, that's a 10-point advantage if you're on your home floor and people are there. There's no advantage if you're on the floor and no one comes. So just would really encourage everyone to come out and support these teams. Here at UTSA, we've had a tradition of really doing well in both baseball and softball. It's fun to always kick those seasons off. We just had our baseball banquet, and Jeff Bannister came in and spoke to a full house. And Coach Marshall does a great job. He's an outstanding speaker, so very motivating. But really excited about this upcoming season. Softball has great tradition here. You know, for a long time we led the nation every year in home runs right there at Roadrunner Field. And Michelle Cheatham is doing a really good job with the team. They're always a contender in conference play, but a great group to come and watch. But both groups are going to start out well. Indoor track has started out really well, and their championship is coming up in another week. They've already had some really good performances at meets at A&M and at Houston, so indoor track should be fun. Our golf teams have much improved in the fall. Our women have been a top 50 team in the last, probably 2 times in the last 3 or 4 years, and so they're going to be a strong contender. And men's golf just kept improving all last year, and so it's going to be really fun to see what they can do. The tennis programs are going. We had a tennis match this week where both the men and women played at the same time, and we probably had over 200 people out watching the tennis match, and they were yelling and screaming, and which we want at tennis. You don't have to be quiet at tennis. But both those coaches are doing a good job of trying to recruit fans in to watch the kids play. I think what was very exciting about our first semester was the level of fan engagement that we saw and the momentum that the football team gave us with going to a bowl. And now as we're jumping into the spring season, what we really need is to continue that engagement. These kids have worked really, really hard this year, and it would be really helpful if we could finish up the basketball season strong by filling that combo. To give those kids a send-off and to give them a chance to go compete in the conference championship would mean so much for our future. So I hope we see you out at our events, and I look forward to speaking to you in another few weeks to give you an update and continue to celebrate all the great things that the Roadrunners are doing.